770. Let me see here. Okay. All right. One more. Let's make sure that we're on. I don't see anybody on yet. I do see Diane Richards. I think she's on.
Yes, I've let a few people know.
Yeah, I think there'll be a few people show up for this one. You've been...
Yeah.
Okay, here it goes. All right, let me see if it's all right. Yeah, it's good. Okay. So Nashia Rose is in the house. She's one of those 12, that original
Beautiful
12.
angels.
Diane Richards is here. Stephen Dent. Susan Otteson.
He's someone I work with.
Right on. Danny Picard. Heather Grace Powers. I have it on my calendar. I was supposed to get in touch with her on the 15th, and it's already the 29th. I am so far behind. I got at least 150 messages. I can't. I can't.
Time is just going so fast, Todd.
I know, man. It's crazy. I'm like trying to get back with people. I said, you want to do a show? And then I can't. And then I get, let's see, 3 days ago, I got 53 messages. Yesterday, I think it was about 50. Today, I can't even look. I'm just like, I can't even look at it, Yeah. So I don't know. I'm going to do the best I can.
You're doing a good job, Todd.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a lot easier when Morgan's here.
Yeah, I bet.
Daddy Picard's in the house. Kathy Mason's in the house. I think she's coming on tomorrow, I think. And Carolyn Whelan, Joanna Childs, Sue Fitz, Linda Winger, Katarina Dalmar is here. Rebecca Williams. Thank you, Rebecca, for adminning all alone.
Yes, Rebecca.
Like a lone wolf warrior, the Soulogy group. Irina Costa. Stephanie Ark Hogarth is here. Got to get her back on. Ivania from down in Tasmania. Renee Nahas, Dave Woods, Sophie Thornalley from Adelaide. Margaret Woodward, Linda Scott, Jody Lee Wittes, Kamara Ford, and my friend Dilek. I don't know where he's at now. I think the last time I talked to him, he was in the States. So, oh man, as Morgan would say, I'm getting woolly. I haven't shaved in a few days. Woolly. Yeah, like more hair on my neck than I do on my face. So this is a special edition of Soul Speaks 5D because, what I love about this show is that we get to meet the people that we interact with. And this beautiful lady has been a huge supporter of Soulogy for a long time. And she's very real. And I just found out today that she's an artist. She does some incredible paintings. We're going to take a look at them with these gel pens. So welcome to Soul Speaks 5D, Desley Linaker. Thank you for sharing space with us and honoring us with your presence. And
thank you for having me here, Todd, as nervous as I am.
Oh, there's no need to be nervous. You're in good hands. I'm not gonna bite you.
Oh, no, I'm sure you're not.
Huh. Hang on a second. Oh, I guess Facebook's having some issues today. So so you're in Queensland, Australia, and I don't know. I think we had a friendversary the other day, and I think it was either 2 or 3 years. Maybe was it 2 years? This is what, 2019, 2017. I can't even think anymore. I think probably 2017 is when there was a real uptick in Soulogy. That's when, that was when Morgan came the first time, was in that summer. And we really started to explode. Every time she comes, we explode. Every single time.
Yeah, that's right.
This time she's coming for good. Oh, I know, man. This time she's coming for good, or at least until I can get my papers and get out of the country. But and get to Australia. But the point being, we're going to stay together, so it ought to just continue to flow. So we got Amnon Jordan in the house. All right, we got so many different countries now. I think there's over 75 countries now, and it's really grown a lot thanks to people like you. And this is what I talk about all the time: is you can't judge yourself. If you are, I don't know. A speaker in front of 20,000 people, or a minister in front of a congregation, or you're just somebody who does their own thing every day, primarily in solitude, without recognition or notoriety. these things that we do are all the same. They're all just as impactful through the divine holy matrix. You know, so you supported not just Soulogy, but you support everybody, and that's a powerful thing. That's like, to me, that old grandmother energy that just never says anything. You know what I mean? They never says anything, just does their thing. And the other thing about you is you're super cool because you're not uptight. You know, I mean, I think people are beginning to loosen up a little bit and have a little fun with this thing and not be so serious all the time. And you're one of those people that led the way with that.
That's it, Todd. My religion is love, and it always has been. And I know, you know, like John Lennon, I'll keep singing that tune till my face is blue. You know, that's where I come.
Which one? Watching the wheels go round and round. That's the one that's the one I always liked. I'm just watching the wheels go round and round.
Go round and round. That's it. And they keep going round and round.
Man, the house is filling up fast. I told you there'd be people here to see you. Hello, Stephanie.
Yeah, Todd, we can only do what we can do. Hey, you know what I mean? We can only do what.
Man. That's right. Isn't that right? You know, it was, man, this month has been a MF, hasn't it? I mean, and I was sitting here about 3 days ago, you know, popping on the show, getting off the show, and all of a sudden I laid down and I just got this one in my head. It was like, you know, all we can do is the best we can do. And no matter what anyone says about you, you know your truth, and the universe knows your truth.
And I've spoken my truth since I was a young child, you know what I mean? I've always questioned things and questioned that things weren't right, so I continue to do that. Sometimes it gets me in trouble, but you know, too bad.
When did you become awake? I mean, were you seeing things as a child?
Yeah, I was seeing things as a child, and I think I may have even had visitations as a child. I used to get this constant thing happen to me when I was a child, and I'd be in my bed and I'd see this light come down the hallway, and I'd hear this really strong sort of heartbeat sound all the time. And I used to get quite fearful of it, but I didn't know, because that's only because you don't know what it was, you know what I mean? But I've always had a knowing, I guess it is, that we're more than what, you know what I mean? We're more than what people want to tell us that we are. And this conditioning we get when we're a child, not to say this, not to speak this, I've always sort of been outside of that box and a bit of a rebel like that, you know? And
you're kidding. That shocks me.
No, it does not shock me.
Hey, tell me about that. I've always wondered about this. You said that you'd heard like kind of a heartbeat sound. Where did you hear that? Was it like in the distance, or was it in your ears?
It was just all around me, sort of thing, and it used to, and it'd get louder and more intense.
I
used to get freaked out by it as a child, because you don't know quite what it is, you know.
Did it happen to you when you were laying down, like going to sleep and stuff? That's, you know,
I was fully conscious.
You know
what I mean? You're the sleeping.
Yeah, I remember. So you're the first person that I've ever heard mention that. I've never really asked anyone about it, I don't think. But when I was a kid, this would happen to me, and I would lay in my bed, and my bed was next to the window, and I'd look out the window, and I would hear that heartbeat thing. You know,
it's like a woo sound.
And it wasn't in my ear, but it was in my ear. And it wasn't outside of my ear, but it was outside of my ear. And it was a vibrational thing. And I used to always picture, I don't know why, I used to always picture this black bull with horns jumping from one yard to the next yard, coming to my yard. It was weird. And it went on for, it had to go on for 2-3 years. I know it did. So you had that happen.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the same with me. It went on for years, you know, as a young child, and you don't know quite what it's all about, but we should
tune into that energy and figure out what the hell it was.
Exactly. And I've never actually spoken to anybody, Todd, that's had that same experience. So, because it's, I mean, people look at you and think you're a bit crazy if you think, but I've never had any doubt that we have there's other beings out there
Oh,
helping
yeah,
us.
yeah.
You know, I've never doubted that.
I wonder
Ever.
what the hell that was, though. I wonder what it was,
Yeah.
because it was definitely otherworldly.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't like, and it, you know, and the other thing about it too is I felt it in my body. Like I
Exactly.
could feel it.
It was like a
yeah.
internal thing as well as an external thing.
Yeah, it was external, but I mean,
exactly.
like in my body, it felt like it's scary. It was scary because it felt like, I don't know. It just felt like, I don't know, like when you get really scared and you get that kind of that energy going in you, you know, or
the
maybe you get
anxiousness or whatever.
butterflies in
Yeah.
your stomach. Yeah. And it would consume my whole body, and it freaked me out. And I never told anyone about it.
No, me neither. No, you, Todd.
Yeah. Just, yeah,
you're the first person.
So you tell us a little bit about, you know, I mean, did you go with like a lot of these, like a lot of us, did you go into the 3D and do the normal thing and get the normal jobs and do all that stuff? And
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been married twice, got 5 kids, you know, so I've been through all that stuff, have been through a lot of, I seem to attract a very aggressive men, so I just tend to back off that whole thing at the moment. But I tend to have people that, and I guess that was a self-love thing, you know, people that abuse me, and that's what I'm working on now, is that self-love. I'm working on me. Finally, I've got this, I can work on me, and that's what I'm doing. I'm working on me.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody's doing.
You know, do the shadow work. And
do you think it's are you seeing a difference, or are you seeing a recent change? I mean, I hate to ask a leading question, but are you seeing a change in the masculine energy lately?
Oh, definitely, definitely. And years ago when I was at uni, Todd, I was a woman's officer and on campus, and I used to invite men along, and I'd get a lot of flack from that, for inviting men. And I used to always say, well, until men understand women, how can there ever be change? And I get a lot of flack from the, you know, real feminists, because what are men doing here, sort of thing. But I do see the change now, Todd, and, you know, people like yourself, thank God it's changing, and it's, you know, coming around, and we're all connected. We're all one, regardless of masculine, feminine. You know what I mean? We're just all working together, same cause.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's you know, I mean, it's just like, I don't know what served us, you know, or even what was reality through yesterday changes today. It's like
exactly.
You know, we had to find our, you know, for the most part, women had to find their, you know, divine feminine, and vice versa, and then in the opposite gender within yourself, and you know, and it's like at some point, it's just another story, you know. I mean, you know, I mean, at some point,
it steps towards an outcome. You know what I mean? It's we're all walking towards the same thing, and we're all on our same journey, but we're all having different experiences. You know what I mean? And it's so great because your platform allows us to share those experiences. You know what I mean? So you've given that, Todd, you know, and you should be proud of what you do, Todd. You know, you've done an amazing.
I'm half of this. I'm just the one that's on the screen all the time. The other one's only on about 5% of the time, and that's only when I can absolutely force her to do it. But no, I do appreciate that. I think we do have a lot to be proud of. But I also see it as I have a role. She has a role. Michael Van Patten has a role, and actually every single person has a role, because it's a vortex of energy. And it's just like I was saying about you and a few of these other ladies that are just like every day. I mean, you have no idea, you know, I mean, maybe the only thing I've done different than anyone else, because whatever, that was my role, is I come to work with my lunch pail every day, and I work it every single day, you know, work it on and so, but it was people like you so many people like you that I would, you know, I would get tired or whatever, and then I'd see a message from someone and say thank you or whatever the case is, or Morgan will send me a note and say, so-and-so send me this note, you send me a screenshot. These are the things and I think that's the energy of 2019, that support, collaboration, and co-creation.
Exactly. Supporting each other. You know what I mean? We're all going through our own stuff, and some of us more so than others, but we've got to be there for each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no point in you know, shouting out love if you're not actually being that person. You know what I mean? If someone needs you, and do it without judgment, do it without expectation. You know what I mean? We just got to be who we are and give out as much love as we can to other people. And how can that make the world a better place?
Exactly. And that doesn't mean putting a pacifier in anybody's mouth.
No.
That doesn't mean, you know, the codependent vibration. You know, I had a conversation with one of my youngest kids today, who's 18, who spent some time homeless, her and her boyfriend. You know, I just have to hold the line. You know, I have to hold the line. That we can't compromise ourselves, first of all.
I know.
And in serving other people, we got to be strong. You know, we got to do the right
and
thing.
true to ourselves. You know.
Yeah.
We have to be true to ourselves. And I think with your children, as you would know, Todd, you've got 5 kids too, haven't you?
Plus one adopted, so that's 6.
Plus one adopted, yeah. So you know, they all go through their things as well. But as a parent, you get sort of wrapped up in all that because it's an emotional thing. Yeah. And you know, I'm always here for my children, but I also have to step back a little bit as well. You know what I mean? And sort of.
How do your children feel about their mom with a nose piercing? I'm just curious. Are they like, oh, Mom, you're cool. You're cool, Mom.
Yeah. And I've had a very open relationship with my children, so we're very honest with one another. So they know who I am. I haven't hidden me from them, and they don't hide themselves from me, regardless of some of the things that I hear I may not particularly want to hear, but that's how I brought them up, with be honest and truthful, and so how they deal with me. And I've always been a bit of a rebel, Todd, so you know they've got used to.
We have that in common. Go figure.
Yeah, that's right. You've got to be a rebel, mate. It's us rebels that'll change the world, Todd.
Now, how long have you been doing these paintings that you do? And what got you into that?
I was living in a really bad place. When I first come down here, I was living in a really bad place, and I think it was my savior, you know, to just immerse myself in my artwork, and try and keep away from where the people that I was living with and everything. I was living in a caravan park that's here on the Gold Coast, and it's notorious worldwide for being quite a bad place. And I just happened to end up there because I had animals and I had nowhere else to go. So that's where I ended up, and I started doing my artwork just to sort of, you know, escape from all that. And yeah, and then a lot of it, every piece of my artwork's got a heart in it somewhere.
Well, it's a very unique looking expression. I mean, you said you use gel pens?
Yeah, gel pens. I do pastel work as well, but a lot of my work is gel pens. And you know, I've always been an old hippie, so I've got that sort of little bit of.
I mean, it looks like it would take a hell of a long time. Number one, and number two, how did you come up with it? You just started doing this style and it just evolved, or did you have?
Yeah. No, I just sort of start doing it and then it just comes, you know what I mean? I may have a little bit of an idea in my head, but I sort of just let it go and do what I do. It's hard to explain. When you're talking about your own artwork, it's hard to explain. I've sort of always had that, like people have said, you know, you need to get it out there more and all that sort of stuff, but I always had that doubt about myself. You know what I mean? That it's not good enough, but I'm sort of trying to believe in myself a little bit more. That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
And so they seem to carry, like, you know, if I look at the first two, like this one to me almost looks like a dream catcher. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in it. And then the second one to me, I mean, I guess there's some abstract aspect to it. Do you see certain things? I mean, I look at this one and look at the top right corner, and there seems to be like a goddess there. I can see her eyes.
Exactly. Like and a lot of the ones that I'm doing at the moment are that goddess sort of thing. You know what I mean? Women and the strength of women. Because I think we're the nurturers, and we always have been the nurturers. And yeah, it's hard to explain your own artwork. You sort of I just sort of do it. And because I grew up on Green Island when I was a kid, so I was very fortunate to have that nature around me all the time. And I've always been, that's where I feel the best, you know, is when I'm out in nature. So I've always had that connection to nature, and I, like American Indians, you know, I've been told by spiritualists and that I've got American Indian guides, and they must be beating their drums sometimes, I tell you, Todd.
They probably are. Like mine, they're beating their head against the wall. This one looks like a landscape, but then it has all this stuff in it. Like I'm seeing like this magic mushroom. I see the goddess in the right corner. I see like a river flowing up. I mean, these are incredible. So again, so like on this one, do you see something specific, or is it more like energetic, more like energy and without
energy? Yeah. And the color, I think I love the color. Like the color revitalizes me. So while I'm working on them, it's almost like a meditation for me in some ways. You know what I mean? And it makes me feel good. I'm probably the most happiest when I'm in nature and when I'm doing my artwork, because it just frees me up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get what you mean. That's why I broadcast a lot. You know, that's how I cope with not being with Morgan. I just broadcast.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, that's your thing. You know? And you've got the most amazing poetry, Todd.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great. You know, and you put music to it, and you know, and that's like the old Soulogy in the old days. You know, when you used to come on and do all that. I've been watching you way back then.
Wow. You know, I did one last night. I did one. You're talking about the radio show?
I missed that.
Oh, you're talking about way back when I would just turn the music on and I would just read. Yeah. Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was way back. Yeah. Now this one's pretty badass right here. This is a powerful one here. This to me looks definitely goddess, but also you know, also from a sacred sexual standpoint, like very much like the yoni verse, you know. Like it's I don't know if that's what you had in mind, but that's the kind of energy from it.
Yes, exactly, Todd.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at this.
You are pretty good at this.
Let's see, what's this one? Oh wow, that looks like some kind of cosmic organic. Or butterfly angel. Oh my God, goddess, priestess, galactic.
And the priestesses, you know, this is they had their voice shut down many years ago, and now we're all seeing the truth, you know. So it's a good thing.
What I love about this too, it reminds me in a way of the way when Morgan does these mandalas, how she can take colors. Yeah, but you know how you can take colors and they don't look like they would go together. And that's what it reminds me of, because like if you look at the dress on the goddess here, not only are the colors so different than the primary colors that are around her, but also the pattern of her dress is very, very interesting, right?
Yes.
It really is. It looks like energy. It looks etherical to me. Fairies.
Yeah. Thank God. Thank God for art, Todd, of whatever form we do. You know.
Right. Joanna Childs wrote Warrioress Elf.
Oh yes, very good, Joanna.
I like that one.
You forget,
wow.
actually talking to you, Todd, I forget there's other people out there. Hi, everyone.
I'm reading their comments. Yeah. Susan Otteson, I remember her name from way back. She says, I remember the old Soulogy days. Wow, that's been a couple of days ago.
Yeah, hasn't it just?
I think it's been longer than that. Every time I see one of those videos, I'm like, who's that guy with the black hair and the black beard?
Yeah. Now we're going great, Todd. Oh, well.
Now this one's really cool. This one, like, to me, takes in the plant kingdom,
Yeah,
and the fairies and water. I don't know. It's just, yeah, these are so unique. Now, do you have these online, like in prints or anything, or you just do these for yourself?
I do prints of them, Todd. Yeah, I do. I'm actually working on a wolf at the moment. That's my latest. For a lady that I know, and she wanted one for her friends, so I'm working on a wolf at the moment. But yeah, I've got a lot of mine are nature based or goddess based or American Indian. You know, I've got a fair few like that too, and yeah, just keep doing it.
Well, there's definitely you're gonna have to let us know how. Oh wow, how to find these things. Wow. So this looks like the back of a fairy angel.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah.
Like she's laying out. Yeah, like she's laying out. I mean, how do you come up with this stuff? Not only do you have this incredible contrast where you can melt these colors into each other, but you also have these designs that are just almost like off-planet sacred geometry.
Yeah, well, it just comes out of my head, Todd. I don't sort of plan it. I just do it as I go along. And
do you get any messages when you're doing these?
Not so much. I don't think, Todd, that I get messages as such. But I guess that can be a false statement too, because everything that comes through us is from somewhere. So, yeah, you know what I mean. I just create as I go along, and as I said, I don't mind to have a little smoke before I create. So that makes me, I feel it makes me more creative. So yeah, I'm a big advocate of that, you know.
Yeah. And what about how about now? Do you have any connection that resonates with you, or that seems to be part of you, like a galactic or angelic or fairy or anything like that?
Yeah, fairies, I guess, you know, because the wee people, I believe they're, you know, we've always been taught that they're not real, but I believe they are real, and they are out there, and you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
Plenty of people on here who have seen them, no doubt.
Yeah, exactly. You've had some amazing guests, Todd. Amazing guests, you know.
Yeah, especially these last couple of months. Morgan found a lot of people I never even knew them.
Yeah.
So do you ever? I mean, everybody receives information in a unique way from the universe. There is no right or wrong way. We know that. Some people don't. You know, some people are clairaudient, and you know all the other clairs. You know, do you have a way that you receive information, or is it all done through energy without words?
All done through energy, I would say, without words so much. I do write as well, Todd. So I do a lot of writing as well. I feel that just helps. Sometimes reading back things is a good thing. You know what I mean? It helps with your growth to be able to just let loose and write stuff, as you would know, because you do a lot of writing yourself. But it frees me up to look back at it, and I work things out that way. You know what I mean? And whether that comes source, I'm not so sure.
So you use like as a journal, and then you go back and read through it?
Yeah.
Do you ever share much of your writing?
No. I mean,
No.
maybe now that you've broken my fear of going live and stuff like that, I might do a little bit of live stuff myself. You know, maybe read some of my.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be
cool.
cool. I think it's just that we put all these limitations on ourselves and we get so fearful of the silliest little things, you know, because Morgan kept saying to me, oh, no, Todd will make you feel really comfortable, you know, don't be nervous. And I've been so nervous, but you have made me feel really comfortable. And I think it's a good thing to step out of that, you know, our fear base all the time, and we're fearful about this and we're fearful about that. And we've got to constantly work against, you know, that fear and break free of that fear. And I think you help people do that tremendously, Todd, with your show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now this one here looks very galactic.
Yes, well, it's funny. I've got this one and another one. This is the male, and the other one is the female, which you probably got there with you. I was thinking this morning I'd like to send a print of both of them to you and Morgan.
Oh wow, that'd be cool. We can put it in our house here. This is our first house.
Yeah, exactly right. Because there's a female one and there's a male one. So
now this isn't it here, is it? What is this one here?
No, that's not it. It's another one. I don't know if you've got it on. I probably would have been that I sent you, but
these are just incredible. These
well, this one's so a lot of them are because that's like that in the background is meant to be a teepee. So a lot of American Indian influence in my yeah.
I can see that in this one. I can see
sort of like the rainbow children, you know, that we are.
Yeah.
They're the rainbow children here to save the world, mate.
But like when I saw this one, the first thing I thought, and it's the first one too, the first thing I saw was the energy of Native American. But if I look at it, if I look at the literal part of it, there's nothing specifically there. It's the energy of it. Like this thing that's sticking out and going to the right, it kind of oval. That for some reason just looks like but it doesn't look like anything at the same time. But to me, it looks straight Native American.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, these are just like mind blowing. So how do? Ooh, is that the other ET? I mean, the other Star Family one? Is that a galactic?
No.
Wow. That's amazing how like it's just like that's flowing out of her heart.
Yeah,
through her body.
And that's my whole thing, you know. I'm all about love, you know. And if you look at my postings or whatever, I always try to be positive. And it's all about love because I believe that's the only thing that's going to change the world. You know what I mean? Is if we keep pouring out that love, man, something's got to give.
I agree. This one here, I think, might be my favorite one. This one here, to me, looks like some kind of primordial goddess, and again, the power of birth.
Is that the one? I think that's the one where she's flowing out from below as well. So it's like just that outpour of love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Filling,
and it's almost like a lava is running down her body. This multicolored lava of love, and it's just like, and then it's like coming out from between her legs. It's almost like a yoni. You know, like the creative lava. I don't know. It's just there's no words for it. And then these wings, these wings don't look like any normal wings. They're incredible. You know, I don't know. I think your stuff is really, really mind blowing. That's mind blowing. And I think
because it's so colorful too, Todd. I think it holds a lot of energy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, it does. Now, how big are the prints? Are they like 8 by 10?
These prints are like the originals are A4 size. So you know, probably about yay big or whatever. You probably can't see me.
Hang on, let me put you back.
Actually, this is the size of them, Todd.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice color.
Yes.
I mean, that's a nice size. Yeah.
And this is the one I was talking about. That's the other one that I was
Here,
you probably can't.
let me put. I can do it. Yeah, I'm put you. Oh wow, wow.
That's the other one I want to send to you and Morgan. I'll send you a print of one of those. So if you can,
wow, that's really cool.
or Morgan or whatever. But yeah. So it's where I feel the most happiest is doing my artwork. I've sort of been sitting around because I work in I'm not a 9-to-5 job as such, but I work every day. So these are all the things I've been questioning about myself. You know, whether to put my time into artwork and like have to pay bills and all this shit. And
well,
so
I think that you know, I don't think there's any coincidences. I mean, the timing. I think now you have these. You sent me that Facebook page or album where I downloaded these.
Yeah.
And it wasn't all of them. There was quite a few. I downloaded 12, but there was, I think, had to be at least 30 of them. How many of these? How many have you done? How many do you have available in print? In print.
Well, I have smaller ones as well, so I probably have. Oh, I don't know. Maybe about 40.
And you have these where people can look at them, and then
I do have I've got a page which is Des Designs. It's DEZIGNZ Urban Rainbow Art. So I've got a page that comes off my, like my Facebook. So if anybody wants to have a look.
So it's DEZ.
Yeah. What? So now, because I can't see DEZIGNZ. So Des Designs, but with the Z. I thought I was being pretty trendy there.
Okay, wait a minute. Des Designs, like that. Urban art, right?
Urban rainbow art, yeah.
Oh, I can't write all that. Let me see. I might be able to.
Well, you can't.
I'm trying
but if you just put Des Designs, you'd probably find it.
Yeah, see, there it is. Des Designs,
on my
Urban
page
Rainbow Art.
Yeah.
So let's make sure. Oh, Ryan Aguilar says that you're on Instagram too, as well.
I am on Instagram, exactly. Yes, I am on Ryan. Peace, brother.
That's my brother, man. That's my
he
brother.
Is right a beautiful. Him and Sevi.
You know, he's the first. You know,
I've got 2 pieces of Ryan's artwork.
Yeah, Ryan's stuff's amazing.
He did absolutely amazing.
He did the Soulogy tree. In fact, I want to get that. I want to get it so we can put it, in our establishment now that we have some stability after 7 years. But Ryan is the first person I ever talked to about Soulogy in the real world, right? I mean, I would do my stuff online, and then I met him, and we started talking, and so he's a big part of all this. So you can find you on Des Designs, Urban Rainbow Art. You're also on Instagram, and then how does somebody purchase it and order it?
I haven't actually done anything like that online, but I mean, just get in contact with me, and I can.
I mean, like you got a PayPal or something, and people can make.
Yeah, I do have a PayPal account. Thanks to Ryan. That's the first time I ever set it up when I had to pay for my artwork with Ryan. So I'm not the greatest with technology. It scares me.
I was looking at Ryan's comment. He's funny. He says that I would serve him a shot of Crown and a shot of Soulogy because I was a bartender. And
that sounds like good medicine. Good medicine.
Yeah.
And what he's doing too, that's amazing work. What Sevi's doing at the moment.
Absolutely. Everybody's finding their niche, right?
Yeah, exactly. We've all got a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And people, don't be self-doubtful like me. We've all got a gift, and we can all get that out there and share that with the world. You know what I mean?
That's right. And there can be an equal energy exchange.
Exactly.
Which means that which means that we can leave our 3D jobs. There's the Facebook URL
thank you,
address. Thank you, Sophie Thornalley.
See what I mean? We've got such a beautiful soul family, Todd. We all support each other. It's just a beautiful thing, you know?
Yeah,
Makes me want to times. You make me cry sometimes, Todd. You know, you just this whole thing has, if you only knew how much your work has helped me personally grow. And just knowing that we're a part of a family. And I always think this, I mean, probably unrealistic in such, but, and especially if you move to Australia, Todd, we have to do something, you know, we have to all try and come together as a...
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt that it's already started, and I can promise there's going to be 1 or 2 or 3 in the U.S. I guarantee it. I see it. I've seen it for a long time. And then once I get my legal stuff cleared and get to Australia, I'm come
and be an Aussie.
I think I already, you know, whenever I met Morgan, I knew a couple of things. I knew that we were who we were. I just didn't know how to get there. And then I also knew Adelaide. I knew Adelaide. I would tell her, I'd be on the phone with her. This would be like just a few weeks after I'd met her, and I'd say, there's a big mountain over here, a cliff, and there's a statue on it. I could feel my feet on it. I could smell it. The beach and everything. So it has some type of I always knew I'd end up there, you know, from the beginning.
You love Australia, Todd. You love Australia. It's a great country.
My soul memories are still pretty intact when it comes to that place. Yeah. So we need to like, I mean, your artwork is absolutely incredible.
Thank you, Todd.
I think it's very 5D.
There she is. That's the one. Yeah.
I think it's very 5D-ish, you know, because it doesn't have words and it carries all this energy, kind of like a mandala, you know. And I think we need to. This is what this year's about: supporting each other, collaborating, co-creating, and I think and paying it forward, gifting forward. So I would encourage everybody on the live. I would encourage everybody and on the replay to take a visit to Desley's site and see if something resonates with you and make an equal energy exchange. You know?
Thanks for that, Todd.
Thank you. So I had no idea. I had no idea that you did this stuff. Like this one's incredible. I can't even take my eyes off this one.
Yeah. Well, I'll send that one and the other one to you and Morgan as a wedding gift. I watched your wedding. That was the most beautiful day.
Wasn't it? Oh my God.
Absolutely. Oh my God. And that's what I mean. And so I love that the fact that you're so raw and authentic. Both you and Morgan have shared so much of your personal lives with us, and it just connects everybody. You know what I mean? You're like Mama Moon and Father Sun.
Well, she's incredible. She's really, you know, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, she came over in 2017, got rid of everything, didn't know me from.
I know, amazing.
I mean, she knew me, but she was told, go to him, and she was like, this doesn't make any sense, you know. But and then when she got there, she was there about a week or so working with me, and I remember she said she went outside and she told her higher self, "What the hell did you get me into?" He's a mess, right? He's an absolute mess. But you know, it's funny because I remember 7.5 years ago when I woke up and I was walking the streets and I was communing with what I saw as Father God, right? And then he showed me that he had a wife. That's how he explained it to me. And then they showed me how everything works. And it was a real simple process. It was the 3. It was the triad. And it showed her. And then from her, he came. And then the third part of it was his devotion and love for her. In other words, almost like the peacock trying to not strut their stuff, but create something in a testament to his love for her. And that's what they showed me, and that's kind of what I see, because you can't, and again, we're talking energy here, but even if I look at my old 3D life, I had a very successful business career, but it was all masculine. It was all masculine. It was all, there was as much heart as I could put into it, but there was that feminine wasn't there. So this is, I think, what's happening.
So Todd, are you much happier now you've left all that behind?
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's been a hell of a journey, especially since mid 2017. She came in mid 2017, and so it was like, I didn't have any money, and how's this gonna work? And I just knew that if I kept creating, that intention would pay off. And so now we're in a space where we've got a place, and she's coming, and we're just going to keep growing this thing, and it just keeps growing, and we're just the caretakers, and everybody has a role.
Yeah,
and
that's it. And what's Hawaii like, Todd? That's one place, because mountains always make me feel so alive, and that's one place I've always thought, oh, it must be just amazing.
It is. This island, of course, I've only been on 2 of the islands, but this island actually called me by its name, which I didn't even know it existed. It was I just thought of Hawaii. I thought Hawaii was Hawaii. I didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I heard Kauai, and so I was like, well, how am I going to get to this place, Kauai? And then I was driving down the road with Michael Van Patten. He said, well, look it up on your phone. So I looked it up, and there was a $400 ticket from JFK, and I was in New York. So I'm like, okay, I'm going.
Well, that's it. I'm going.
And, and it was, it is. It's beautiful. It's 70 degrees every day, all day long. We're about a mile from the beach in a sleepy little town, and about a mile from the mountain. And so on an organic farm. I just went and grabbed a bunch of kale, and there's a bunch of papayas downstairs on the table for everybody. It's a community. There's 8 cabins. There's like 4 apartments. There's a big giant.
Oh, how amazing!
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I bet.
So anybody wants to come visit, there's the great thing about this place is they have these cabins. And the beautiful lady that runs the place, she's 84, and she's incredible. We talk about conspiracy. We talk about 5G. She's up on everything. This lady's 84, and but she told me today, anyone comes, there's these cabins here, $100 a week. That's nothing.
Amazing. Exactly.
But it's
Thank goodness there's people like that out in the world.
Yes, absolutely. And I think everybody here can feel something happening too as well. She does.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
I told her, well, anyway, I don't want to get in. This is about you. What are we talking about? So, but if you're in Australia, I can tell you, because I've bought some tickets, enough tickets now, that first of all, it's only 10, 11 hours direct to Honolulu, and then you take a 30-minute plane from Honolulu to Kauai, and then out of the States, there's about 6 cities you can fly direct to Kauai, and it's relatively inexpensive. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad.
No. Well, thank goodness flights have gotten much cheaper. You know what I mean?
Evidently they have.
Yeah.
Evidently
makes it a little bit easier to connect.
So I would like to again just reemphasize that these things are incredible. I think we can support you in.
You're frozen.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. You just froze for a little bit, Todd.
think the internet just went out.
Internet's playing up. Thanks for everybody coming in and listening today too, guys. Your support means heaps.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Wow. I've lost you, Todd.
I'm back. You can't see me now?
So yeah, everybody, it's fantastic that you've come in to watch. So thank you for that. I think I've lost Todd. Oh, there he is.
Oh yeah, you can see me now. I don't know what's going on over here, but it's freaky.
You're freaking me out.
Freaky. That was trippy. That was very, very trippy what just happened. I've had a lot of things happen on these shows. I was going to say, yeah, let's support Desley. Let's make sure we get over, take a look at these prints, and make an equal energy exchange and start building momentum so she can break away from her 3D job and just do this full time. You know, that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're all supposed to be doing what we love doing all the time, all day long, every day. You know,
that's exactly right. That's where we can benefit to everybody else in the universe.
Having some issues here.
Yeah.
I don't know who's frozen, her or me. Let's see. 3D job. That's what we're supposed to be doing. So we're all supposed to be doing what we love doing all the time, all day long, every day.
That's exactly right. That's where we can benefit to everybody else in the universe. Yeah. You still there, Todd?
Okay. So evidently, I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. I don't know what's going on here. But our hour's up. So listen, everybody, let's get over to Desley Linaker's page. It's Des Designs Urban Rainbow Art. Also on Instagram, or send me a message and I'll connect you with her, or send a message to Desley. And let's go in there and make some equal energy exchange and get some of this incredible 5D plus art, creative expressions, activating expressions into our homes, into our lives, and continue to pay it forward and give forward. Desley, I don't know if you can hear me. Thank you so much for your continued love and support and contribution to Soulogy and everybody else as well.
Love you,
we'll be back in an hour with Robin Haywood, which ought to be very, very interesting.
Love you.
Very much going to be the similar energy in that she's never been really out and done this before. It's her coming out party, just like Desley today. So thank you, Desley. I love you. See you guys in an hour.
Love you too, darling. Peace out.